Hello, welcome to Saturday stream where we try to catch up with professional Shogi in the last few days, in the last week I guess. Welcome guys. How have your week have been? Hopefully it was good. This screen doesn't work, now it works. I've been stuck with this funny game called Slime Rancher. I guess Steam made it on sale because there is Slime Rancher 2. But I've been stuck with the first one. It's so stupidly fun. Speaking of stupidly fun, we will have to watch Satomi Nishiyama Game 7. This was the decisive game. If you guys have any recommendation of what we should watch, maybe Ryuosen Game 2, maybe we should take a look at that. Please post it in the chat if you have an idea. In the meantime, I'm following your guys' ideas that we discussed on the Discord's thread. I thought I said some interesting things about the opening phase on the last Thursday stream, so I made a quick video. I think I'm gonna call it the opening rant, because it's just me ranting about the opening, and I'm gonna upload it soon after onto the main channel. Does it mean the channel will be more active? I'm working on it, but not promising anything. The moment you promise something, you feel like it's done and you don't feel like doing it because people are not excited enough about it. You want to surprise them, right? So that's why I'm not promising anything. But yes, I got few ideas from you guys what to do. We'll have to think about them. I'm just downloading those so that we can open it on 81 Dojo, which has a better layout. What else we could watch? Yes, we're gonna start with Satomi, yeah? I'm personally very interested how it went. I didn't watch it. I don't watch it so that I can watch it with you guys. I also noticed my green screen isn't the best. Let me fix that quickly. Not sure how to fix that actually. How about that? Is that better? Hopefully. You have Tori Shogi tournament on. Yes, I got the message. It's just that we have this stream and I cannot personally join it, but if anybody else would like to, that's... yeah, Pai Chess is where the tournament is going on. We tried to play Tori Shogi on last Thursday. It was fun. Most of you that watch the stream should know the rules so far. Nishiyama is sent. Yeah. Oh, I guess what we also should do is like go to the Renmei page and like check if there is some other big news. Also spoiling ourselves the results of the game, but 81 Dojo spoiled it anyway. So yeah, there is like this, if you guys want to donate for new Shogi to Renmei, there's like this crowdfunding going on. You can get some nice prizes. There was the A-class fight, which might be interesting. And a particular lady pro was promoted to 1Q. Matsushita. Yeah. Alright. Oh, yeah. Oh, that reminds you guys. I wanted to show you that we've done something cool on Play Shogi. How do I turn off the blind pieces again? Here. It's funny how they appear. on Play Shogi, when you open any like problem or stuff, you can now train your board perception by clicking this blind mode. And the way it works, don't get scared. Don't. I swear, don't get scared. It's not that scary. You turn on the blind mode, and yes, all the pieces disappear, but you have those text notes written here. It tells you where the king side is. So here we have king to 1. You have where the attacker side is. Here we have just one piece, which is the silver. Here we can select it because... But you can see it doesn't tell you how the piece moves. So there is no spoiler there. And unfortunately, there's only one gold in hand, but you have to like find it yourself. You have to remember where it was. But it's a good thing now that you know that you read this notation, you have to have that image in your head, yeah? That the king is here, silver is here, and that you have a gold. And where would you drop the gold? Well, at the head of the king. So you can stop here, you can turn off the blind mode, or you can just try to play it out blindly, and it will tell you correct or not. And as you go to the next problem, again, you can do the same thing. It doesn't show you the pieces, yeah? King 1 2, pawn 1 3, silver 1 3 3. That means that gold 2 2 is made, yeah. So that I'm not lying, this was the position, yeah. So if you guys like this type of training, now it's available on Play Shogi, and we will try it on next Thursday. Yep, I did it. I programmed it. Proud of myself. And ultimately, what we would like to do is learn to watch Kifu without seeing the board. What I mean is, when you have a Kifu, let's say, playing with viewers, Lily's game, normally you view Kifu like this. Yeah, you see all the pieces. But if you do it blindly, you can either read here or like move the pieces here, right? I mean, technically you should read those. So by reading this, you should keep the image in your head. And yes, pieces in hand and so on. Technically, we kinda cheating because we're not imagining 3-2, we see visually where's the 3-2. Maybe it's like a middle step between those two. But eventually you have to imagine, like in your head, what you should have is this, basically. Yeah? So we started by the first step, which is solving some easy tsume, like that. And then that would be the final step we would like to arrive in. Yeah, just have Kifu when you read it and you see it. This helps with reading like a real board, like if you were to imagine how the piece move without moving them, yeah? That's how you read it, Shogi, so... Anyway, I got sidetracked. So, Satoru Nishiyama, we jump in. Of course we get spoiled, but I think most of you already knew the result. Of course, we have the central rook or swinging rook, double swinging rook. That's what we've seen so far. Nishiyama decides to push this pawn. And we have silver queen gold. As expected, after you push this pawn, you don't want to do Mino. This indicates opposing rook, of course. But you can notice the bishop line is not open, so soon we will probably, yes, the next move we see that. If we were to take it, our opponent moved the rook for free. Yeah? So we probably don't want to do that. Similarly, if this side takes, actually, Nishiyama would like to go for the opposing rook. That's the reason she didn't push this pawn. So now it's like kind of a little bit mind games. Eventually, this side want a castle here, so they will have to do something. And I said twin gold, which would be king 3, 8 and gold for 8 upward. But you see Nishiyama chose gold 3, 8, which again strengthens this square. Of course, you know, makes this side a little bit weaker. But it's a nice balanced shape that we've seen Nishiyama play before. And here Satomi plays 4 silver, avoiding bishop exchange whatsoever, which is very interesting idea actually. Another idea would be to like put bishops here. Again, if we take it, we develop the knight. We don't want to do that. But the rook would be able to move. With silver, it's like, I know you want to play opposing rook, but I'm forcing you to move the bishop. And if you put the bishop in the wrong spot, I can like target it. Like if you put it here, maybe this silver, you know, can put a pressure on it. I find it's very, very interesting choice. So because Nishiyama's in this position, she decides actually to not waste time moving the bishop, but rather stay third by rook. Now, ooh, okay. That's something I don't understand. That's something I cannot explain on my level. Normally we would like to do that as planned, but perhaps because we have the gold here, not king, this square isn't as vital, and therefore this is better. Maybe. There's also the fact that if we do that, this side will be able to float the rook and like prevent us from exchanging this pawn as well. But all I can say, it's like Satomi's instincts here. I don't see another reason. The minus of this position is that if enemy will be able to get a hand on a silver, this will fork our 2 big pieces. We have to be really careful whenever you guys move this pawn. Always be careful of that. Playing third by rook. Now we would be able to like do this and maybe eat this pawn, but we don't mind this pawn being eaten actually so much. The rook would end up in a weird spot. Yeah, so for example, if we were to make a mistake and like move with the silver, we can sacrifice it for those 2 pieces. Yes, stuff like this. This is what Nishiyama is targeting. So instead, I don't know why, maybe, yeah, in this case pawn takes, rook takes, maybe pawn 5-5 or something. We don't care about this pawn. Oh, rook sacrifice here. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. I cannot explain it. Move like this is possible, move like this is possible because rook retakes. Yeah, once more, I don't think this is a concern. Pawn drop goes here. If the rook goes back, we actually can attack the rook while offering bishop exchange. It's very difficult. Anyway, so Satomi played here, Nishiyama played here. Gold 6-2, which looks very awkward. But yeah, twin gold, yeah. In preparation of, if you take here, I go sideways. Preparing bishop drop 5-3 as well. Now Nishiyama has to do something about her bishop, because it's hanging 7-7 bishop. Honestly, the rook looks kinda cramped, and this silver has nowhere to go. This knight cannot be developed easily. So I'm really curious where it will go from now on. Silver goes back. Alright, so as you guys know from the previous streams, third file rook weakness is the bishop exchange. If we were to, for example, do that, this bishop drop is always very painful. Yeah, this or this. Always against third file rook. For example, if you were to defend, you skirt the bishop, it's still, I mean, it is difficult. It still kind of survives in this case. As survives here, it's not that easy, but you cannot easily trap it. So, this is why Nishiyama has to refuse that exchange. De facto blocking the rook. This, of course, gives us a chance to activate the silver. And because Satomi is a little bit behind in castling, she will slowly castle. So what is happening? Normally, I guess this type of move would be okay because you castle. But Satomi plays this move, which is saying, if you don't do anything, I'm gonna block your the rook pawn exchange, and your rook is gonna be in a weird spot, not being able to develop. It's very uncomfortable, especially that the bishop is here. It's like, normally you would like to maybe put the rook here and counter attack on this line, but it's not possible. All the pieces will be stuck together. So this is why Nishio is actually forced to push the pawn here. Silver up. Instead of taking, I mean, taking is an option, I think. Then something like this would happen and so on. But then she could reposition her rook and like activate her silver eventually. Currently this pawn is hanging, but eventually she could like reposition. Instead she tries to put a pressure on the rook. Like pawn drop here will be quite nasty, yeah? Pawn promotion, silver takes from the behind, silver goes back. And now, from my point of view, what I want to do is harass this pawn. I want to put my silver here. I want to drop the pawn here, force the rook to go back and eat a free pawn. That's always the problem with this pawn in swinging rooks, always. So Nishiyama is in hurry. Lusitano just drew an arrow saying that yes, bishop sacrifice is possible, but that's something I didn't want to go into in detail. So then Nishiyama has to do something. Which is somehow utilize this pawn to her advantage. She goes for the edge. If we exchange those lances, that benefits Nishiyama because that's defensive lance for offensive lance. It's not easy though. The bishop is somewhat more active as well, so we leave it here. Pawn drop. This is a trick where instead of taking, which is equal exchange, you force them to take, and here you have additional move to like do something else while having less advantage. It's a very useful endgame edge attack technique. And here let's see what can happen. Of course it's 8-5 lance. 8-5 lance is very painful move. Remember we talked this file is a weakness. This fire is a weakness as well. When those pieces are so close to each other, that's gonna be a weakness. The lance utilizes it perfectly. If the bishop were to move, which is going to, the lance promotes. And as the rook is gone, there is no attacking. How beautiful from Satomi. Well, we could argue that this was over optimistic here. We could argue that if Nishiyama was in pinch already, maybe this wasn't the best shape to go for. Maybe because she was forced to push this pawn and she was pressurized, and here especially, maybe this bishop-rook shape wasn't the best choice. Of course, we can only say that with confidence after seeing that Satomi like refuted the whole variation so strongly. Normally, it's not that easy, yeah? But the conclusion could be that. So, personally, I think at this point, Satomi has huge advantage. The rook will have to run. It tries to stay as active as possible, maybe trying to pawn push silver takes rook, goes here, type of attack. Just keep it active, but yeah, we will see now what Satomi does to keep her advantage. By the way, this style of attacking, this is called B-side attack, as opposed to A-side. It kind of sounds like Celeste. Normally you would attack on the king side, yeah? Like this. But in particular in double swinging rook, there is this idea that if you pressure the enemy attacking pieces and you immobilize them, you're gonna be advantageous. Similar idea works in Yagura, by the way, because both of them are called vertical shogi. Once this rook is inactive, this side can make a slower attack. Whenever expanding then their influence over here, or just creating some over here, anything will work at that point. This side has no counter. Therefore, this is safe forever. Silver 5-5. Activating the bishop and expanding the advantage on the side, yeah? This, of course, means this pawn is hanging. Oof. The king is trying to run, but it's like stuck in this corner right now. Oof, that looks painful. The silver comes in anyway. The bishop comes in, now protecting this square while attacking this square. The lance will probably fall. No. So we probably could have taken it, but Nishiyama is trying to activate the rook somehow. Ay. Taking the lance. And the horse goes back. So, if you are a beginner player, what you will see is probably that you can play this, chase the rook away, and get a free knight whenever it's like this or like this. You can get a free knight. Great, right? We have a free piece. But that's not what Satomi is thinking. She is thinking, how do I make sure that Nishiyama has no chance to win? And she brings her horse back. Look what happens. This bishop cramped on the bottom of the board, like doing nothing in defense, doing nothing in offense, versus this horse. This horse just affects everything at once. More important, this horse also prevents the rook sabaki, and also threatens this move next, threatening this rook to be like having only one square to run de facto. Very, very scary, yeah? Ay. So, yeah, if we say those rook are equal, the horse and bishop difference, it's just huge. The rooks are not equal, actually, because this rook is more in danger. Yeah, my personal feeling here is like Nishiyama is in so much trouble here. So she tries to, of course, attack the most active piece of your enemy, which is the horse. This move cannot be wrong. The lance comes in. Rook disappears. The horse comes back. So that's different from the previous situations compared to this one, yeah? Let's say this one. The lance is still in hand. So we took a knight for that lance, kinda. In this situation, the lance is on the board. So we gain this huge thing of Sente wasting material to simply distract the horse from being there. Yeah? So that's a huge difference here. Pawn promotion to distract the silver from defending. Of course, if we take with the knight, this is a very good move for Nishiyama, so silver has to take it. Pawn promotion again, gold has to take it. And of course, those squares will be weaker. Lance comes in, threatening promotion next. Previously, if the gold was here, we can drop a pawn to like take it. Now that gold is distracted, this is exactly what Nishiyama wanted, yeah? This of course means that, yeah, I wanted to say like, because those pieces moved, it wouldn't be weird if the king started walking toward this direction. It's very safe around here right now. But again, if we immobilize enemy attacking pieces, we win. So we block the rook. The rook has one square to go actually, which is here. It's defended by the knight. If we exchange it for the horse, we lose that powerful horse. But there is something good that can run out of here. Is our king good against bishop drops? That's something we would need to check. Yes, it is. Yeah, all the squares are protected. No bishop checks, no nothing. So we can take it, and now we have the great benefit of the rook drop directly attacking the enemy king. So that's kind of weird because the rook isn't useful for Sente, so you would prefer to keep it on the board. But it almost becomes useful, yeah? Almost, like this looks almost useful, so you, in that tiny bit of hope that Sente sees, Satomi just cuts their wings down and they fall on the face. Yeah, it's just no hope. Now the rook is working for us. Yeah. Now currently we're threatening something like, if there is no counter, I'm a little bit worried about this diagonal, but if there is no counter, we're threatening this, silver takes, bishop dies, yeah? So, Nishiyama, what's she gonna do? She tries to attack, the gold goes back close to the king, and protecting that, is it protecting that line? Well, it's blocking the rook line. I mean, technically it's not protecting that line, but it's adding a defender, yeah? After the rook coming here, the gold can go back, now supported by the silver. Previously it was hanging. Alright, so look at this horrible situation. Ay. Yes, Sente has 4 pieces in defense, yeah? De facto, those 2 pieces are not really helping to defend. It's very inactive bishop. It has no hopes of being activated ever. Has a bishop in hand and lance that pretends to be doing something. I would say the most active piece is this pawn and this lance. Like, but you cannot win with just simple pawn and simple lance, right, guys? This is very bad. Satomi, on the other hand, yes, her rook is not active, but technically it does help in the defense. Not offensively active, but defensively active. This rook just wins the game. This silver pressure and lance promoted pressure together with this rook looks beautiful. Alright, what would we do here, guys? Would we go for this line? Or maybe we have something better? Turns out we do have something better. A pawn drop. What is a better thing than a pawn attack, yeah? If we were to take it, pawn drop, and look what happens. The bishop dies. Maybe 1771 diagonal is still some hope for Sente. 17, this one? I mean, even if the bishop is here, it does nothing, yeah? You have 2 pieces. You need 4 pieces usually to have a successful attack. Even if you have the bishop, if you just had a silver, imagine you have bishop, gold, silver. You have a bishop, gold, the rook is here, the gold is here protecting. There's really nothing you can do, even with so many more pieces. There's no hope for Sente. So we cannot take it. Nishiyama tries her last attempt to activate the bishop. Of course, Satomi will promote, gold takes, silver takes, bishop takes, and I'm pretty sure, guys, that you see the correct move in this position. Endgame training, please show me the most scary move that Satomi can make in this position. Gold drop 5-8, exactly. Why is it scary? Because the silver is pinned. You're gonna attack the silver, but on top of that, it's also a fork. There is actually a way for Nishiyama to try to defend this, which is move the gold, defending both sides. But this is when we kinda slow down, we go for the piece advantage. I just realized, remember guys when I said the bishop, gold and silver? Look what we have in hand. We consider the situation, we know we're fine. Funny, isn't it? The tricky part is how do we continue here to attack the king? Light attack is good enough, pawn drop. Gold goes back, and here Satomi goes for bishop drop 5-7. Why not bishop drop here? Is because after this we treat and stuff like this. Yeah, together they work. If we take it, of course, we help enemy, we give them a gold, and we bring another strong attacker to the board. So this is why, guys, you never allow enemy to create tokens. It's like a free general, yeah? So Nishiyama has to block it. Block it. And I guess we go according to the plan. Lance moves here. Next, this gold is taken for free. Because this piece is pinned and this piece is pinned. We have only one of two options. Take here or take here. Again, we don't want to make a token, so we're gonna distract the bishop for a moment. The token will be coming anyway. This is very, very painful for Nishiyama. And speaking of the big diagonal, which was this one, this is where Nishiyama tries to expose it. Bishop drops 6-6, trying to defend this line while attacking the rook. But yeah, this bishop is in no way threatening our king, so we can do anything in this position. And this is something I want to point out for like beginner players as well. Don't hurry. Your king is safe. They have silver lands. Sure, they can make a check on your king or whatever. Don't hurry, you have advantage. Simply bring the rook closer to the king and put more pressure. This pawn now is like super undefendable. Yeah, I see beginners like rushing in and like, oh no, my rook is under attack. I don't know what to do. Yeah, it's fine. You have advantage. Yeah, reliable attack is better than rushed attack in this case. So the only way to defend the pawn promotion is pawn drop, and here let's think about Satomi's last move together. What will be the decisive move? Again, reliable, slow attack might be better than a rushed one. Content, he says gold drop 5-8, gold takes, but the king can take it. King can take gold. Pawn promotion, bishop takes, let's say. Yeah, if you drop the gold, look. King can take, and you just gave them a free gold, they can drop it here next or something. That's rushed. Like, check is rushing, yeah? Pawn promotion, it's like throwing away a soldier that we had a little bit. So what do we want to do? We want to add more soldiers to the board. How do we do that? Where is a square where we could add a soldier? 1, 2. This is a tricky question, but I think you guys can find it, yeah. And if you cannot see it and you see that move, you're gonna become stronger. Yes, good job, Ponari and Mark. Gold drop. Yeah, 6-7. This is a very slow, reliable attack. It gives us tempo because the bishop needs to run away, which also weakens this position. But also, what's going to happen? Gold takes, horse takes. Look, they have no way to defend. But one eye, you can drop the gold here again. Well, no, you cannot. Yeah, it can be just taken for free. That's because this rook promotion before supports this horse over here. How cool is it? How cool, guys! I really love this reliable attack from Satomi at the end. This means that Satomi wins the series. She got the Hakurei title, as here we were spoiled on this website. Maybe they have some pictures. Yeah, so these were the kimono that they were wearing. I guess I guess that's the actual video. Okay, this was a different kimono, yeah? So... Satomi had a pink kimono, Nishiyama had a... aquamarine, is it? Sea color? Blue color, I guess. It's type of blue, I guess. And this is Satomi after the game. You can see her smile even though she's wearing the mask. Yeah. The time was no issue. They still had like 40 minutes left. Of course, that's a sad thing for Nishiyama fans. But it's a good thing for Satomi because she had the pro examination and she lost that. Maybe this is like a good sign that she's concentrating on the present and continuing to enjoy Shogi, yeah? It's cool that the bishop defending the Ikenryu square was also distracted. I agree. The gold did distract the bishop, right? I mean, technically now we could go here. Maybe this would make it a little bit harder. We could do this as a little bit practice. What would have changed? But actually what I think is simply that you can bring this friend now down that this pawn is gone. Yeah. I think probably something like this. The point is, you threaten the bishop and you're able to delete a defender. So well done guys for finding this move. Okay, so that was Satomi's game. I think we can jump to the Ryuo game. And Ryuo game, if I were to show you some pictures from it as well. Something like this. So far, Hirose was winning one game. So they actually played 2 days, so this is... This is very confusing. Basically this is Hirose and this is Fuji, yeah? And this is Hirose, and this was Fuji's kimono, yeah? White versus... This is also like green, very dark green, yeah? And the room looks magnificent, yeah? This is what they ate, and so... Oh my gosh, this room looks so beautiful. Anyway. Let's go and see the game. Who was Sente, who was Gote? Fuji was Sente. You guys good so far? Please tell me if I'm speaking too fast. I tend to explain things too fast. So remember, Fuji is 1 game behind, because Hirose just showed us an amazing first game. This is a 7 games match, I believe. Where was it? Here, yeah, 7, so you need 4 games to win. Still far from, but you know, the first game, first loss, that puts a pressure on you. But we know that Fuji is not weak against pressure, yeah? The youth power. So let's see how the youth fought back. Here we have interesting development. This is a little bit tricky for people who don't know static rook strategy. If you were to push this pawn here, this bishop will die. Yeah, this is like one of the first traps you learn as double static rook player. So here actually Hirose needs to step back and defend that head, and therefore Fuji has 1 move spare to defend this exchange. That's important, yeah? Not allowing your enemy to exchange rook pawn, so important. Now we are fearing bishop exchange. Once more knight takes will allow this pawn push. So we wanna defend the bishop, so that bishop, if the bishop takes, Silver takes, continue protecting the square. This is the basic of bishop exchange, yeah? But here, Hirose plays bishop 3-3. Normally you would do something like this. Takes, silver up. And we said this is important, right? This is not possible because of this. Gold is protected. And then we get a horse. So this is not acceptable for center. Therefore, we have enough time to play this. Yeah, if we were to like defend this square, let's say, Gote has enough time to block it as well. This is the basic opening theory. But here, Hirose plays this, which is weird. Because now Fuji can take it. And again, if we take it with the knight, this exchange is possible. He takes it with the gold. How weird. How weird. What is the plan here? I have no idea. Let's find out together. Exactly, it is bad shape. One of the possible things it would be if you go for like opposing rook, Sakata style opposing rook. But the problem is we pushed this pawn already twice. So it's weird if we were to castle here. Like for example, lance drop or knight drop here. Like it's a huge weakness on the castle. If we keep the guard here, that means we're going for some weird castle. A static rook, yeah. We, of course, could go back and, like, repair it. But let's see how Hirose is going to deal with this situation. Fuji continues naturally. And we see this move, which blocks the rook, so it's not gonna be opposing rook. This is simpler. I wanna like develop my silver type of move or the knight, both possible. Maybe he's going for right side king. Silver up, natural move, pawn 6-4, natural, pawn 4-6, knight jump, king up, silver up, pawn. Yeah, so this is natural. Yep, those pawn to pushes, knight, silver. This is mirrored position. This is called reclining silver strategy, because the silver is sitting in front of the pawn, it's reclining on a chair, kind of. I guess that was the English explanation for that. It's basically sitting on a pawn, yeah? Normally that piece would be a silver, but now it's a gold, so we have to kind of consider what's different about it. If the knight's going to come here, the only place the gold would be able to go is back. If it goes here, it's kind of weird for it to be here. So that's maybe something Fuji's considering. Now, Fuji already moved the king. This king, we don't know yet where it's going to go. We expect this gold to be played here because it's the newest shape. And yeah, this is a big question mark over here. Like, how is the position going to change because of this gold? Keep that in mind. So, developing naturally. 4-4 pawn, that feels played a little bit too early. But basically it's preventing the knight jump. Silver goes up, gold goes up as expected, and the king decided to go 4-2. So Hirose is accepting that his gold is in a weird position, and he goes to castle on his left side. Now, normally center will have to be the one being aggressive, because Gote has the option of doing nothing and going for repetition draw. Center will have to do something to keep that initiative, yeah? So Fuji is like, how are we going to expose this god? How are we gonna do that? The preparation phase is continuing, and here, around here is normally where we start thinking about attacking. Possible attack being here. Question is, do we sacrifice those pawns before attacking or not? Option B is slow down a little bit or castle deeper, or wait. Those are the options Fuji has. He decides, I'm going to attack. Pawn takes, knight takes, attacking the god. The god cannot now go down because the king is there. it goes sideways. That indicates to me that they're trying to capture the knight next with a pawn drop. Gold going up is possible move, but it looks weird because it weakens this square. Maybe you can sacrifice the knight, drop the bishop. Like, maybe even here, yeah? Let me show you. This would be actually quite painful because this gold moves, we take this gold. If it protects the knight, we take this gold. If it protects the gold, the knight is falling. So this is why the only square this gold can move to is this. And I would expect pawn drop for the same reason, but Fuji plays silver 3-3 beforehand. And it kind of allows Gote to drop this pawn. Fuji wouldn't be able to play silver 6-6 if he didn't have a good counter against it. So what he can do here? Let's consider. This is modern shogi theory, where you actually sacrifice a knight in order to create a dent in opponent's shape and attack with tempo. It's very weird because we say every piece is important, but that's kind of how it works in modern shogi. So he decides to let this knight die, and he goes here. Of course, we have to take it, and silver 5-5. Now, the problem is when the knight is taken, this square becomes open. And at any point, this type of move is possible. And this is quite painful pawn drop, because it's next to the ear of the king, yeah? Right next to the king's ear. So immediately it becomes unsafe. This pawn, if you think about this, is so much more valuable than this knight at that point. So that's what Fuji is trying to go for. We're gonna take the silver and we're gonna ignore this situation because we don't wanna make that weakness. And we push here. Pawn takes. Hirose needs to do something in order to survive because Fuji has many nasty moves. For example, silver drop here, gold takes bishop drop. Stuff like this is just a key way of attacking. The other way he could go... I mean, that's like the most scary trade we have. So basically, if you think about this, this knight teleported here for free. Like, it's gonna live here forever. How silly that is. And this pawn existence is not to take the knight, it's actually to block the enemy pawn drop. Bishop exchange is so weird. So Hirose needs an attack himself, he activates his knight. But it's Fuji's silver that's on 5-5. So it looks like he's a little bit of more advantage. And the same weakness that was here applies in Fuji's case. So look what he does. He drops the silver protecting that weakness. He's also threatening to take the knight, but I don't see an immediate way of using it. This is what we have to see ourselves soon. What's the follow-up? Pawn drop. Not sure exactly what does it mean. If we were to simply take, you know, they can drop the pawn. It's like they have to go back. If you drop the pawn, you force them to move. There's this weak square underneath. Maybe it's something like that. And then we fork the silver in the king, yeah? Maybe that's what Hirose is up to. This would be lost for center. Yeah, free silver. Very bad. So Fuji will allow this pawn to exist. The plan is if they take, I'm gonna defend. That's also fine, because they waste 2 moves. Yet pawn drop, pawn takes, that's 2 moves wasted. Now, we're gonna take this pawn anyway. And now this silver objective becomes clear. We wanna take this knight for free. I guess silver 5-5 would not be possible had it been normal BEX, because silver 4-4 there instead of pawn and gold. That's true, Contenti. We talked about this gold. Here, not being able to protect this pawn. If that was a silver, that's true, it would be protecting both, right? Thanks for pointing that out. I didn't realize that's true. And in that case, yes, silver 5-5 wouldn't be possible because we have 2 defenders here. That's cool. I learned something. Yeah, so Fuji is definitely exposing the fact that this is gold, yeah? Also, I have to point out this silver is so useless right now. This is why Fuji attacks so early, to like keep it there, I assume. Alright, silver takes 6-4. And we could exchange the knights here, like silver takes, but here Hirose takes the initiative. Our silvers went into weird spot. So Fuji lets this knight be. The knight does nothing currently. Goes back threatening the same pawn drop, which was very painful. So where is Fuji's priority? Again, it's not to take material, it's to take the attacking line on the king. This is interesting. Instead of passively defending here, we're dropping this pawn here, which is like saying, if you take it, your very strong defender is gone. We could defend now here, and they would have to waste 1 move to go back. So it's like we paid 1 pawn to get 1 move back. Or we could immediately start counter-attacking like this. I don't know which is better. Probably the first option is better because this pawn promotion looks painful. Anyways, that's a brilliant move from Fuji. Pawn push. I guess the idea is to 1, get rid of this pawn so you can drop it again. 2, forcing the silver to go back, therefore there's no attack. 3, forcing this silver to move or this gold to move so that this is a weakness. If this silver moves, that means the knight is safe. So this pawn has all those meanings in it, but Fuji can play this move, of course. The gold goes sideways so that they have option of taking the pawn in the future and protecting this pawn. Very nice move. And this is kinda important position where Fuji has to decide where his priorities are. I have no idea what I would play in this position. He plays this move. He's kinda eyeing the possibility of bishop drop here, I think. Continuously pressuring this god. So we cannot take it, we put the silver up, finally activating the silver, and we take the knight. If we take this pawn, like, there's no follow-up, so instead we pass 1 turn to go back. Of course, now I'm not really sure what happens after this pawn promotion, but this is the exact same question that Fuji had to answer. Interesting, isn't it? Fuji, by taking this knight, says, I'm fine with this pawn promotion because I have stronger attack. It's not... This opening isn't about, I have a way to defend your attack. No, it's about, I'm gonna destroy you before you destroy me, yeah? BEX, it's such opening. So we attack. And we attack. So here, if we take the gold, this gold is falling, and basically Fuji wins. That was perhaps Hirose's reading, because what he did is he left the token die. So you need very deep understanding of the endgame here. I don't have that understanding. What I see is simply, this is very big threat, maybe gold drop. Well, let's just show some random line. If we... Yeah, let's say we run, yeah? We run. But then we're in checkmate. This is how close Hirose is to losing. There are of course better moves, like... are there better moves, actually? The rook is here, so like... I don't think there are better moves. Like, this is the final move that will kill Gote if you go this direction. So Hirose says, well, in this position, I would have to have a checkmate threat myself. No, he's actually saying, I would have to have a mate in this position, which isn't happening, yeah? So he had to accept the loss of token. Ooh, and this is why this pawn push was so cool. Oh my god. Ay. Here we don't take it with the bishop. We don't take it with the bishop because the bishop is in a weird spot. We take it with the gold because yes, forward attack movement, yeah. We actually wanna sacrifice this and pull this gold away from the king if possible. He also of course needs to find his attack, but this is where Fuji calms down and he's like, I'm finally gonna defend this line. Now Hirose needs a way of attack, but look, all those pieces being here, affecting half of the board, you don't have a really good attack. The only square that's really open is this one, but there is one problem about this square. The rook escaping will indirectly look at the enemy king. That's terrifying. Terrifying. Now it's the matter of... Yeah, I mean, they can take this gold. What do we do in that case? Do we take the silver or do we take the... I guess if we take this, it's good enough. We could take... We cannot take this one. We cannot take this one because of this. I guess the option would be to take this... I mean, this is crazy. Like, there's this line. Oh my. Like, why he didn't take it? This is such an interesting line. This is possible. Maybe pawn drop will happen. And the line from before will come alive. The same line that we saw before. This time, there is no rook check, but we have additional general actually. I'm glad you checked it out, Mercury. I really think those... I think you mean the Freedan versus Fortin game. I think watching those will be very entertaining to you because it's your playstyle. So again, Hirose cannot go for the aggressive line. He has to slow down. And notice, yeah, he had the initiative and immediately loses it. So painful. We take the pawn. Bishop needs to be exchanged. The silver goes back. Silvers are exchanged. But here, notice if we take this pawn, this line is open. It's very scary. So we actually played it. This is just mad genius, Shogi. This is why Fuji has this many titles, guys. Yeah. Like, sure, I'm gonna give you my silver if you give me my initiative back, yeah? Amazing. So the rook trying to be blocked. The silver has to be given away, yeah? Given back. The knight, that looks terrifying. King goes back, oh my god. Yeah, very, very scary. Here, Hirose is protecting the gold while attacking the king. This is the decisive moment of the game. If Fuji makes a mistake here, he's gonna die. This is how strong Hirose is. This is how complex he made this game. But this is also why Fuji is so amazing. He let him go this close and then he punches him in the face. The question is, which move will destroy Hirose here? Notice that if Hirose were to find a checkmate in this position, it would need to start with a silver drop. King will run to here, and having one general is not enough to win. He would need two. We have a little bit of space to work with. Which means, of course, we're gonna give them a general. One general. I really cannot explain, guys, to you why is this working. I really cannot explain it. This is like above my level. Well, if the king would come here, this check would delete the gold, you know, while attacking the bishop. King goes back. We actually would be able to probably take this gold. Sorry, take this gold. If they take, we have a nice checkmating line. Maybe that's what Fuji is going for. It's crazy because you need to calculate all the variations that your king is safe and their king is being checkmated. This is title match. You don't play a move. Oh, it looks right. No, you have to calculate it all. So tempo is, again, tempo versus reliable attack. Rushed moves that are checked and you give them too many pieces and now your king is in distress, versus reliable attack that allows you to win slowly. Which is more important? Reliable attack. Do we have a reliable attack? Probably not, so Fuji is going for the rushed one. But Fuji being Fuji, he probably read it all out to the end since many moves ago. And this is why he's amazing. Because he plays those moves with confidence and full understanding, unlike us. That's what I want to point out by showing you those variations. Don't give them the time to let them take your pieces. And how do you do that in this position, Melkor? How do you win this game? Let's say silver takes. Well, of course, pawn takes. Well, of course, king takes. How do you continue? How do you continue? That's easy, right? You just get more tempo. The attacking is valid. How do you do it from this position, Melkor? That's easier, that other thing. Okay. Okay. I'm just putting a pressure on you. It's easy when I show you the moves. It's easy when you see them play these moves. It's much different when you're actually playing the game and you have the Biomi and you're playing for a title match when you're one game behind, yeah? I just want you guys to like see the difference of approach. Hello, Koshiro. So saying, yeah, that's simple, you just go there, sacrifice everything, and then you're like, oh, I missed this move. Well, if you miss that move in a title match, you're gonna be 1 million yen behind or something, so hey. Just wanna show you the perspective here. No, Melkor. Bad. Instinct is not acceptable on this level. Calculation is the only way to win a title match. Only way is you calculate it all to the end. This is why I stopped the position. And I want you not tell me my instinct is play this move. Show me the winning line. You said, oh yeah, that's obvious, silver drop here. No, prove to me that it was a good move. Yeah, that's when it becomes hard. Everybody can see this move, but it's only Fuji who can see the ending of this game. I want you to realize that fact, yeah? Million yen instinct, yes. Yeah? So when they drop the pawn, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 king escapes moves and gold takes. You would have to calculate it all and prove to me. I personally don't see exactly why is this the correct move. It is the move that was played. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to point out, yeah? Instinct, sure. We all can guess this move. Well, you make it seem like it's obvious. You said, this move isn't that crazy enough. No. This move is crazy because he calculated it all. Yeah, that's what I want to show you. It's crazy because it's not only instinct, but the confidence in this high-rated game. He plays those moves with such confidence. Alright, it is pawn drop, and I have no idea what happens if the king runs. I mean, okay, if it goes down, it's probably Probably silver drop, and if he goes here, it's the same idea of sacrificing the rook. Although I'm not sure if the king is really safe over there. Probably is, yeah? Even though we gave them 2 generals. Even though the bishop is looking here. I think we're surviving that. Barely. Barely, yeah? I think we're surviving it. Now, I don't really know what happens if the king runs here. I was thinking about this, and I just cannot figure it out myself. Like, we cannot give them a bishop because we will die. We cannot give them another silver because we will die. We cannot... We're giving a knight, well... Also, like, if we play a slow move, they will probably take this rook. Which will mean they will have easier time checkmating our king, yeah? And we will have less defenders. We also don't have a gold in that variation. So, for example, in this position, I don't know what to do. Maybe you take the knight. How do you take the knight? There's no piece that can take the knight. After bishop fork. So you mean bishop drop, and then you just take the knight, and then you win. Yeah, I could agree with that. I could agree with that. Because they have no defender, and also notice this rook isn't possible. I could agree with that. Sure, let's go with that. Now what Hirose chose is to go here. What do we do then? Well, once you see this move, it becomes obvious, but do you guys see that move? The most decisive move of the game right now. It's gonna win this game. Give it 2 more seconds. Pound 3-4 would be a pound drop on top of the gold, so I guess this pound drop 3-5. I guess it could work. I mean, we have to consider that this gold can sidestep and eat this pawn, right? But anyway, the 3-5 square is correct. It's just that it's more surrounding type of move. Yeah. Surrounding type of move. Knight drop 3-5. Which also enables this pawn to promote. Which leads to a Tsume variation. King runs, silver, bishop. Perfectly with enough pieces to checkmate this king, yeah? We can try to protect it. We can try to... Let's say it's at 3-5, sure. We can try to eliminate the knight. So that our king has more space. Unfortunately, we give away the gold as a result. We try to defend, yeah, the rook attack, but here the most painful move of the game comes in. Bishop drop 5-1. And as we defend it, we just continue chasing the king. Silver drop 4-3. And this is where Hirose resigns. The reason is, as the rook is taken, this becomes a mate. Yeah. Was there another defense possible? I have no idea. If this piece was anything else, like a silver, just gold drop, you know, eats it. So that would be bad as well. And was the pound drop wrong? Let's find out, Melkor. So in this position, best move is Night Drop, which gives Sente 3,814 square points, and Pound Drop is winning as well. Yep, clearly winning. Congrats, Merkur. You got it. Oh, by the way, guys, if you didn't see, I talked about it in the beginning of the stream. If you guys are, we're gonna do it on Thursday, but if you guys are interested in training your board perception, I added this mode in Play Shogi. It's just called blind mode. And instead of seeing the pieces on the board, you get this hint here where the pieces are, king side, attacker, and pieces in hand. And you can imagine where there are, so king 1-3, bishop, horse 1-4. And there is a dragon on 2-1. And you have to figure out that the winning move is... You see, you select the piece, it doesn't tell you how it moves even. And the winning move is... gold drop. And then you can confirm it visually. If you guys like something like this, it's currently on the server, it's on. There is one bug if you do collection, and if you click too rapidly like this, it's gonna kind of bug out, and you see it makes like this line. But once you skip if you go to problem 1 and you click skip, it fixes. So I am aware of this bug, so just and then you can blind mode. There's a small little bit problem. I think it's not a problem, it's just like something I would like to fix in the future. Like when you promote a piece, it tells you which one to promote to, right? So if you're in blind mode, it's gonna show you which piece to promote, right? So I would like to fix it so that this piece is red and this piece is black, so that you don't see which piece is that at all. By the way, this also works for international. If you're on international, it shows you international. This is a bug I fixed as well. it was showing Ryoko at all cases. But anyway, yeah, it's on. Do blind mode record show up to in collection? Yeah, this is collection. It shows up in anything that's a pro. It shows up in Kifu as well, actually. So ultimately, what we want to do on Thursday streams, we would like to look at the move list and learn to visualize the whole game just by the list of moves. Yeah, you can do it like that as well. This is a little bit cheating because it shows you where the piece moved. Actually, this direction. But yeah, this is like maybe middle step. But then you can always like go back and confirm visually where you've been. So yeah, any collection, public collection, non-public collection, let's say 2 king problem, blind mode, and immediately tells you where the pieces are. And then if you want to make it harder, you flip the board. I mean, solving upside down without blind mode is a form of practical, like defensive shogi training as well. So you learn whenever your king is a checkmate or not, yeah? By records, I mean the top 3 names. Like B. No, we didn't. You think we should do that? I think you can cheat by doing this, so you can see the position, turn on the blind mode, and like figure it out, or like look at the whole collection and then do it blindly. But yeah, we are actually thinking maybe we should do like achievements. Somebody joked like, oh, achievement unlocked, but we are actually, that's a great idea. And we would like to do that as well. But yeah, there's no bragging rights yet. If you guys would like that, you can post on our project page on Discord, project channel on Discord, and then if many people would like that, yes, we will consider. Famous blind samurai Ito. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Like the blind achievement being the name of the samurai. Yeah, that would be good. I mean, we're thinking of smaller things like try blind sume shogi or solve his first sume or solve 10 sume, like something easier. Or maybe we should make it hard, like impossible to get achievement. Maybe. No. If you guys like the idea, please let us know. Alright guys, we have time to check more Kifu, I guess. If you have... We already checked Nishiyama Satomi and Fuji Hirose. We could check something else from this week, if you guys saw some interesting game. Maybe you want specific opening, yeah? If you want Furibisha, this is for example third Fire Rook. This is also third Fire Rook. There's a lot of third Fire Rook. Yoko Fudori. If you guys would like a specific opening, please type in the chat. I'm gonna tell you which games were in this opening, if they were any. This is Toba Sensei, Swinging Rook. So you guys think I will be back? Okay, what did you guys decide? I'd even take 4 Fire Rook Furibisha. This is actually rare. 4 Fire Rook Furibisha. Oh no, this one is 4 Fire Rook, yeah. You'd like to see Aigakari. The game of life sped up on webcam? I don't understand. So, we could probably do 1 Kifu seriously or 2 Kifu quickly. Oh, you mean the normal 4 Fire Rook. Okay. So you guys have to decide one or another or both quickly. Getting cold. Let me see if there was any 4 Fire Rook. 4 Fire Rook, there is one. Kasaki and Matsuo. It was a little bit Anaguma looking. Let's open that. Yoko Fudori, Yagura, third Fire Rook, Itezon Kakugawari, Aigakari. There is one. Koshikakegin, Freestyle. It's probably like right side king type of. Another Aigakari. Another 4 Fire Rook. Another 4 Fire Rook. So, now we have options. So we have this game, which after a few moves, is gonna be like this. Option 1. Oh, I see. This is what you meant? Here, fixed. Option 1, Contetti. This is Aigakari, so let's put it here. This is also Aigakari. Option 2 for Contetti is this. I don't know actually if you see. Option 3 for Contetti is double, like actually Furupisha is doing Anaguma here. So option 3. Now for Aigakari you have Habu Sensei. This type of Aigakari or Shima Sensei, this type of Aigakari. So which one appeals more to you guys? Contetti, your option once more is Anaguma declined, Anaguma half finished, Anaguma but Furibisha. For Contetti it's King 5-8 versus King 4-2 or Sitting King. For, sorry, for Melkor this is, yeah? You guys choose, come on. Quick choice. The Habu game. I like your choice. This looks more classical. Alright. Contetti, what is your pledge? Close this one. 1, 2, 3. Contetti, Contetti. Quickly, quickly. Wasting time where we could be analyzing shogi games. Option 2. So this one. No, this one. Anaguma half finished. Eh? Good choice. Those are young players, 5 downs. Good, good, good. Good choice. Alright, so it's Ide and Hoshino. I think it's red. Yeah, this is Hoshino. And this is Ide, who's actually a very strong player as well. You might have seen his picture somewhere. He like won this title for the younger players. Hoshino didn't have any, but also quite famous. Yep, by adding more options. Yes. Alright, so let's start with this game. Ide Hoshino, Ide Sente. Ide in Polish means going, so I'm kinda laughing. I'm going. Alright. Sorry. Why am I coughing? My god, that's the most random cough ever. Alright. So, 4-5 rook. We have like 20 minutes per game, I guess. And as you can see, this side puts the gold here and the silver here, indicating non-rapid variation. The bishop going here indicates even more solid castle. In the meantime, Sente hurries and puts this pawn up to try to counter the Anaguma. And this, yeah, slowly indicates, finally, full-fledgedly announces, I'm going for Anaguma. Sente, what they do is usually immediately activate the bishop, yeah, to be able to attack as soon as possible. And we choose silver 6-6 strategy. The normal objective is to like go here, activate the rook, exchange the silvers, have some power. So this is where Gote will block you off. Interestingly, normally, you know, we would develop a little bit more, maybe push this pawn, maybe attack here, maybe put the king here, and so on. But this is where Ida tries to attack quickly and pushes this pawn. This is something I've never seen before. Static rook will oppose that. They will go here, and the rook is very active. I don't like this personally, because rook being here and the knight being behind is like the perfect shape for static rook, in my opinion. It's really hard to break it. But I guess the plan was to get a pawn in hand, and now counter-attacking on the edge. Now we can activate the knight. Oh my god! So the problem is, if the bishop were to move, let's say go here, it dies, yeah? Because it's pinned to the king. Knight takes weakens the Anaguma. Maybe this knight drop is possible. Maybe we can sacrifice, drop the pawn type. Like, we have attack. It's fun. But here, yeah, we're sacrificing a whole bishop. That's crazy. We, of course, gonna take it. Now we have bishop for knight advantage. Of course, that advantage means nothing if our own bishop isn't activated. So now we will see how he tries to activate it, but he goes there. Okay. I'm worried because the head of our bishop looks very weak right now. Also, not to mention they have this attack. Maybe this is why we're a little bit in a hurry. Okay. As expected, the bishop's head is under attack, put in a worst position ever. And now that the defender is gone, we continue attacking. So the main idea of Anaguma, you guys know, is Anaguma rush, yeah? We keep our king safe. We viciously throw pieces at the opponent. And because of difference in king safety, we're gonna win. So that's kind of what's happening here. We sacrifice the material of the bishop to calm down the situation around our king. And here we start rushing in Anaguma rush. And notice how this bishop is now utilized useless. And Sente will waste few moves to try to reactivate it. Yeah, put the rook here, put the bishop here. But all those pieces are eaten. And this rook, if it's Sabaki, it's kind of over. So this is also particularly painful because we put that bishop there. And now this bishop will be under attack. So even though those pieces alone, they are like snaily slow, the fact that they can attack this bishop and put pressure by promoting and moving sideways, this is huge for Gote. We cannot go here because the rook is protecting this square. Eventually we can promote here. But first we take the lance. Volare, what do you mean? Yes, To is simplified kanji for Ima. And we read it Tokin. Tokin. Yeah. But I mean, it looks like hiragana, so like... It's kinda social, yeah. So look at Santa's pieces, they're really trapped right now. They are useless. The rook is potentially active. If we promote the pawn, silver takes rook promotion, yeah. But the question from the beginning of the game comes back to life. Like, how is exactly Sente going to defend this line without having pawn in hand? Volar, you asking seriously, or... Like, I don't want to waste time if you're just here to troll, but... It's how this game works. Like, the fact it's upside down is to show that the piece belongs to your opponent. The fact that they're the same color is because we reuse those pieces. Well, welcome then, if you're not into shogi. Well, I assume you're into Japanese writing then? Yeah, they're upside down because you want to distinguish your pieces from your opponent pieces. And normally in chess you would do it by color. In shogi you cannot do that because we reuse enemy pieces as our own. So you just flip them upside down to indicate that it's yours, yeah? So here we took this knight, which is upside down, but it becomes ours here in the hand. Now it's facing the other direction, right? And that's why it's like that. And yeah, because it's traditional game, it uses, like, all those promoted pieces mean gold. Apart from the token, which is kind of specific. But if the lance or knight or silver were to promote, they would be social of gold. This guy. Yeah. That's how it works. So... yeah, I mean, what can I say? Gote is just punching Sente on the head. We have this huge stocking next to the king. And now we're abusing the fact that the rook cannot really move. Yeah, if it moves, this rook promotes the service under attack. Or we simply take this bishop takes and then we go in. And notice this knight is actually helping us attack as well. So it's a brilliant drop here. And finally, because the rook is gone, we can go in. And we continue attacking with light pieces. It's beautiful, beautiful game from Gote here. Speaking of reliable attacks in the endgame, this dragon just doesn't yield, right? This is amazing. So far what happened is Gote played around the idea of Sente pieces being cramped, yeah? Both sides got the lance and the knight in hand, but turns out that, you know, this lance isn't as effective and this knight wasn't as effective. Turns out that Gote has better places to put those pieces at. And also this token is a huge advantage for Gote. The Fugire also huge problem for Sente. It's because they sacrificed the pawn early on the edge, remember? That's all result of that decision. Gote is playing around those ideas. Now we have clear piece advantage. And now we're entering like middle end game. So it's getting a little bit difficult, like why didn't we take this lance, for example? Or why didn't we take the bishop? Simple explanation is, in Anaguma we want forward attacking pieces. So this lance technically has more value than the bishop. This lance as well. So we don't want to give it away. By refusing to exchange the dragon, we just force them to like waste another knight, so on. And our king is forever safe. In that case, you would exchange bishop for pawn. Well, you got it for a knight, right? The problem was the bishop being here prevents this rook from sabaki. If you give it away, this rook just sabaki and it's even worse. Here again, we're not taking this bishop. This is so crazy to me. We're not taking this bishop. We could have, yeah, we could. But... I mean, we could. But I guess this move is coming, maybe? We give away the initiative. So we draw the pawn instead. This is crazy. Bishop comes in, takes the lance finally. Pawn push goes in. But here, because that move was spent, we make a check first. And the knight can run away. Now the question is, how do we finish the endgame? So center has only the rook and the lance. We need some diagonal piece to like break through, right? I mean, lance drop, king takes, rook drop, king runs. We also have no follow-up. In the meantime, we play this. Why? I have no idea why. This move makes the least sense for me from the whole game. I would expect like knight drop or like bishop drop or something, yeah, along those lines. The talking doesn't make sense to me personally. I mean, what is clear is that as an effect we get a gold, which is great, and a silver, which is great for a knight. But the lance drop protects the knight drop, and gives initiative to center. Because Gote has to answer. Again, they don't have enough pieces, so they're gonna activate one. But now they have the tempo and material advantage, so they're gonna win, right? Yeah, okay, that's the last move. So this leaves some mate. If we go here, it's clear. If we go around here, then we have like bishop, let's say, or silver, doesn't matter. Just 2 golds, yeah? Then they can run here. But I guess bishop drop protecting this pawn. We use a general to bring them close. And just finish them off, yeah? I guess this square is alive. But it doesn't work like that. Let's just do it this way, yeah? Yeah, that makes more sense. The lance is helping us to finish the king. What are your thoughts on playing Shogi Wars? Byoyomi, sure. 10 minutes, sure. 3 minutes, it's more like who clicks faster or who have less luck. So if you want to improve, I don't recommend. If you just play for fun, sure. The fact that it has Kishin, it doesn't really help as well. Makes you feel like they allow cheating, basically. But there's many players, you always find an opponent, so that's the good part as well. Alright, so we had an example of a Shogi player trying a new idea in the opening, but then the other player completely playing around it and exposing the weakness of it, yeah? With this amazing bishop sacrifice. Definitely an amazing choice, Contetti. This was amazing play. If I could, I make a video out of it. It's so amazing. I mean, amazing, you know, this side is clearly winning, but the way they won it, very stylish. Okay, and the final game? We will have... I mean, I don't have to present Habu, yeah? Not wish, do I? Oh gosh, that's not... Habu and Yashiki. Habu being, of course, Habu. Yashiki being this person. Also very famous, Naida. I mean, he's almost the age of Habu, actually, so... Rivals? Perhaps 7 times, 3 times getting the title, yeah, also very strong player. And the game of choice, Aigakari. Yeah, I mean, that's unlucky. Now he knows what not to do, basically. I mean, you can understand from that game that edge attack is important. You can understand that... like the opening preparation phase, like the silver 6-6. But we all agree, like, the positioning of rook and bishop was very painful. Yeah, I could have explained it better. Habu, of course, being the legend of Shogi. 99 won titles. The most surprising thing in his career was losing a title and being called a mere 9-dan, basically. Good question. Which tournament is it? Juinsen, Meijin. So like Meijin League, Juinsen. Rating tournament, I guess it translates. B1 class. So it's Aigakari because Melkor wanted some Aigakari, and it's gonna be the last one for today. The right overlay, yeah. So, basic trap in Aigakari. If you go too early, your bishop's going to die. Because of the pound drop rule. You borrow the pound from this file, and your bishop is going to die. And this all is Joseki. Well, basically, this side is left with a horse, which is better. Trick number 1. If you take it with the silver, you're going to die to a... Was it pound drop? No, was it bishop or was it pound drop? No, it was, I think it was bishop. Then you protect it with the rook, and then you dive to a pound drop. Such a beautiful technique. Anyway, you have to know this line, Hidechi explains it. You always lose to this. Well, today we're gonna learn a little bit. Bishop 3-6? No. 6? I thought you wanna have pressure here. 3-6. I guess. I mean, both work. Like, you threaten this square and then you say, if you take, I take. If you take with anything else, your silver dies. And it's a check, so like, you have to do something. It's very nasty pawn drop. It's good to remember. Anyway, this is why we protect the bishop's head first. Yeah. And then silver up, indicating possible reclining, bogging, or anything. It could be anything. Pawn push, exchange. Rook goes here, denying exchange for Sente. Yes, Sente could have done the same over here. But that wasn't his choice. Why? I think computers don't like the exchange, but I don't think it's bad. Yeah, it's just the choice of T. Now we're pushing the edge pawn. It's very important to push it for both sides so that nobody has advantage. King to the center, king to here is also possible, but Habu's choice. Natural development, open bishop with bishop. Give space for silver to advance. We of course have the option to go here, try to bog in, but we expect this pawn push and it's really hard to like advance unless we attack on the edge. So instead we push here. And because this pawn is pushed, this rook diagonal movement is blocked, so we go here and exchange it finally. Yeah, so now both rooks are floating. It's kinda symmetrical. The only difference is the king are in the wrong spots. And now if Gote were to play this, which they do, that's symmetrical apart from kings. The edge pawn, ignoring it for now. So because the king is here, we don't expect reclining silver, I think. Abu plays here. It's a very unusual way to attack, I think. Well, basically the idea is, I think, put the rook here, jump with the knight and have a nice pressure on the third file. It's just that it takes many moves to do so. And now enemy has 2 pawns in hand. So I expect a huge counter-attack. They just moved the silver. Okay. Was there something that was threatening this pawn? Maybe bishop drop was like concerning. This bishop drop 2 here. Bishop drop doesn't concern because the lance can... those things are very complicated. Why sack the pawn? Because you want the pawn exchange, not simply take the pawn. Like, yes, you would be able to take this pawn, but Habu wanted to have the option to drop it. So he sacrificed it. That's the only reason I understand, yeah? Now the exchange happened. The rook went back. So Goto is trying to calm down the situation because Sente is very, very aggressive. Try to put the rook off those Vita diagonal. And Habu being Sente aggressive, yeah? The thing is, it's a very light attack. Like, the silver isn't joining, the knight isn't joining. He's just like dangling his pawn. So the possibility of it succeeding is very low. The idea here is if the lance takes, we just go back here and the lance dies. As simple as that. If the lance doesn't take, this rook or the lance can come here, like put pressure on this file. But again, we just gave a lot of pawns. So I'm expecting some fireworks soon. Bishop exchange happened. Silver to 2, helping to like defend the edge while blocking of this line. Rook comes here. And pawn drop. So nothing is happening for Habu, yeah? He seems like he had lots happening, but nothing is breaking through. Yes, this pawn was exchanged, this pawn is in hand, but nothing is helping this rook attack. So he slows down, moves the silver, but this silver looks stronger because now we have 2 attackers. He needs to defend with a silver. This is like a technique. Instead of defending here, you defend here. That's a new way of thinking about opening. Of course the rook was here, but let's ignore that for now. Silver goes up to correct this wall shape. So I find it very weird for Habu. Like, question is, like, how efficient was this pressure here? Doesn't seem like he succeeded much. Anyway, I expect him to activate some knights. I didn't expect the left knight to jump in, but that's very interesting. King goes to cast it further. Silver goes to attack. Habu is attacking very lightly, I see. If we take, this knight gets activated. According to the newest theory, if the knight gets activated like this, it's good. Oh yeah. So where were we? So we're not gonna take it, we're gonna counter attack at the head. Now if Habu takes and we take, this becomes weak. I mean, the rook can take. So this is why in the actual game after take we took it here. Now this is interesting because if we manage to distract this gold, the rook will be able to promote. Yeah. Silver promotes. Promotion, gold takes. Bishop drop. Immediately bullying that gold. into a weird spot. If the gold were to go back, I'd imagine we take the lance, drop the pawn, promote the rook, something like that. Like, we would be able to promote the rook. So it goes to this square. Trying his best to prevent that rook from promoting. I mean, makes sense. If the rook would be able to get exposed, like by this bishop drop, forced into the corner, that would benefit Habu greatly. He would be able to bring his rook here and counter Sabaki, yeah? Kinda makes sense. So I expect the ideas like juggle around those points here. Also notice that in this situation, this king movement was very valuable and the silver movement was very valuable. This bishop check wouldn't be as effective now because the king can go to the square. So those tiny things are important. We take the lance. And I was expecting the bishop drop, that didn't happen. This happened. The idea being, if we take... Now this line is exposed. No, the bishop is here. The bishop is here. But basically this line is exposed, just currently not available, yeah? I mean, the move makes sense. It just kinda makes sense to me. Non-Ibisha player. Very weak professional compared to them. Kinda makes sense to me, let me add that. I would be scared as Gotha actually, because the king doesn't have this many squares to go. Pawn drop, we don't have the initiative. If we go here, the same thing happens. We don't really care about the rook that much. It goes here. And this move actually protects the center as well. So... that looks like a good move for Gotha. Pawn drop to 4, trying to put more holes in the defense. If we take, moves like this are possible. Forcing this goal to move, and suddenly the king is without defenders. That might be the idea, yeah? So... we drop the lance. This is a choice that Yashiki had to make. He decided, I'm gonna play a move that's both defensive and offensive. And I admit, this piece being here is very painful to me. So I will force it to go away or like delete it from the board. And my king will have more breathing space. Yeah, I mean, Habu was always a very decisive player, but nowadays he needs to be even more aggressive because of the computer's influence. This server doesn't have much space to go currently. If we sacrifice, this rook is looking at a Vita square as well, I'd imagine. So we of course make a between move and we drop the bishop. So now our idea is simply to push this gold away, maybe drop the silver on top and try to expose the fact that the rook line is blocked and attack, yeah? We are missing one general to like succeed at it, at least one general. So this side can defend. And this move is amazing. It's like we allow them to make a token. That's crazy. But the reason why it's possible is because this side will be safe. And even though there will be a token here, the king will be able to go here. So this lance was super well timed. Habu instead drops the silver. Instead of promoting, he drops the silver. Trying to have little bit more power to it. It looks very unnatural to me. Maybe trying to be a little bit more initiative taking, yeah? We tend to take the gold instead of just promoting. But we take it anyway. We agree that, oh sure, you can take it, but your silver is now far away. Knight drop. So here we have choice of like starting to run away. But Yashiki decides, oh, I have enough time. I'm gonna counterattack. And this move is, again, very painful. This prevents the king from utilizing all those hiding spots. which also makes this promotion stronger, which makes moves like this strong, which makes move like Silver Sacrifice very strong. So this knight enables all those plays. It's like a thorn in the eye, yeah? Trying to put a pressure on the knight so that we can delete it and have an escaping space. But before the knight is taken, we force the king away. And now we have to find good follow-up move. You guys can see? This time intuition is okay. What's the good move here? Rook 6-2. So rook 6-2 is not gonna be a good move because there's a bishop. And we're gonna block it. So if the bishop wasn't here, perfect. Silver through Fury. We wanna keep this guy. Use it somewhere else, Contetti. Also, drop is not necessary. You could have moved this one, I guess. You wanna suck it, okay. But the move before doing so, I think it's important to point out, pawn drop 6-6. The idea is if you go back and you try to say, I'm gonna take it next and run, this is when you sacrifice the rook. Your Twitch bugged and shows 230 viewers? I wish. And here, of course, if we take this as a checkmate, yeah? Notice that this knight being here just perfectly prevents the king from safety, yeah? Yeah, sure, they could take it here, but then we promote the rook and it's like unstoppable, yeah? It could still continue, I guess. Oh. Ah, sorry, I'm stupid. You don't even need to take the gold. You can just checkmate them. Yes, Kohendra, well shot. Well pointed out. I just noticed it at the same moment. Yeah. So the king has to go here, and then you sacrifice the rook. Which makes this knight irrelevant. Yep. We figure it out together. Good. So this is why the pawn drop is so important. The king has one more square to go, just upward. By just looking at it, it feels wrong because it gets closer to this rook, gets closer to this pawn. But we only have a silver, so we will need something else to like finish this position off. What would it be? Well, this amazing moves comes up. Horse a9. It wouldn't be amazing, like, oh, we're threatening checkmate, oh, it's clear. But look what else it's threatening. It's doing two things at the same time. So yes, you can protect this threat, but you cannot protect this threat. How amazing move is that? So I would say in this situation where Sente is in horrible trouble. They have no attack. Their silver was eaten for free. Their king is in front of enemy rook, yeah? So they will try to block the horse by lance drop. How can we continue this game? I would say put pressure on the bishop while protecting the knight. Yes, slow the game down. Silver takes the knight anyway. We're gonna take the bishop. So we have silver knight versus bishop. It's equal. Then we just keep our king safe. Easy. Like that, yeah? Keep the king safe. Once we have the rook, by the way, this check is very painful. So now it's like, which piece, kind of thinking, which piece do I need to win? This is very hard to protect without the pawn. Check while defending the guard. How cool is that? King runs. We could have tried to drop something. If we drop something, I think silver drop is quite painful. That's why king runs. How do we continue? I'm honestly slowly thinking of like sacrificing the rook, but it's not enough. So because it's not enough, we have to force this rook to leave us alone. Because this is the only attacking line for Sente. Leave us, rook, go away, yeah. And this move actually enables this one, attacking the rook perfectly. Yeah, and the rook has to go. And the point why we don't sacrifice it here is because horse is doing a great defensive job, so we kind of force it to move, so that we have some hopes of dropping a piece around here to continue attacking. Now it's Habu's turn to move, but he has 3 generals, 1 knight. I mean, moves like knight drop 3-4, which was played actually, looks very, very scary, but we still have a rook here. We could have dropped the rook here, but again, reliable, slow defense is good as well. If this knight is taken, all hopes is lost. It's as simple as that. So we try to... Ooh, okay. Try to utilize that knight, but the rook takes. Why does the rook take, not the silver? I guess if silver takes, we can sacrifice the gold, take, drop another one here. Or promote the lance. Maybe lance promotion is scary, it's like threatmate. Stuff like this, maybe. So we try to make an escape route. King takes, yeah? Not silver, king takes. So that going up here, we have the support of the horse. This is very close, actually. The knight 3-4 was a great move. Pawn drop 6-6 made me think it was soon checkmate, but it wasn't. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, basically they're admitting, oh, I don't have enough pieces, so I have to get them somewhere. And I have to... So yeah, he switched on defense. Like, this is offensive defensive move. This is like the best move you can have on board. Yeah, and now they have to switch focus into which piece I need. And turns out they still don't have enough pieces, And this is like very, very tense endgame. Very, very tense. It's hard to tell who's winning, basically. Now we finally take this gold. We're threatening gold drop. This pawn is hanging still, so it's hard to tell if it's checkmate. Yeah, I cannot tell basically who's winning here. Ooh, the bishop escape. Take some courage. It's very close, like anybody could win in this position. Gotha is trying to make this king survive for a little longer so that they can play an offensive move. And then we chase the king around. Ooh. Remember that if we continue this check, we're gonna lose by shogi rule. It's illegal repetition. Because all the moves are checks. Remember, this is illegal, guys. It happened in TT series that somebody played it and lost. Pawn promotion. We need to find a different move. Pawn promotion is to activate the bishop if we retake, so king tries to escape. I wonder why he doesn't play the horse move. The dragon move. I think there is like this small check over here. Perhaps it's significant of having this guy here. Maybe this move is scary. I cannot tell why exactly. But could be possibly that the dragon being here prevents something, yeah? I just cannot tell. If we sacrifice this piece here, it's barely enough, yeah? Horse takes would be a checkmate. King takes... Kinda not, yeah? If we sacrifice it here, the horse takes. Pawn drop. It's like very close. You have to read all those lines. So maybe he wanna keep the horse, like the dragon here just in case? And use token instead. Yeah, and because each move is defense, attack, defense, attack, defense, attack, the tempo doesn't change, so both sides can play it. And finally we go for that line. Pound drop. Horse takes, and because it's not a mate, Habu resigns, yeah? Yeah, those maging games are especially interesting because they have all those complicated endgame. And us, like, looking at it at one moment, we are not able to tell exactly what they're thinking. It requires deeper analysis. So I recommend, guys, if you watch the maging games, you spend more time on analyzing. Those maging games are pretty interesting. You just see how many moves they read ahead. Sometimes it's super impressive. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We have to finish soon. I will be uploading a video from the last stream. The rant I had about the opening. Somebody proposed like putting those small videos from the stream would be cool. Yeah, I will try it. So I think I will see you on Thursday next. Yeah, Thursday 27th. We're gonna have Quest Enjoy Shaker and we're gonna try this blind. Blind Shogi. Sorry, Prase. I have to eat dinner right now. Actually, it's 7 p.m. and that's how it works. Like on stream, after stream, I immediately eat dinner. So, if you guys are interested in Tori Shogi tournament, it's running on PyChess as well. And if you wanna watch more Shogi, Toad is now live, so we're gonna rate him. And as always, I will see you on the Discord. Don't forget to play your tourney to serious games and also bring your Kipu for tomorrow, yeah? See you!